Jailton Almeida, 15-2 versus Parker Porter. Now, this is the one where I thought, actually, I still haven't gone for it personally, but if there was an underdog on the card, because he is a hefty underdog, he's about 5-1 against his Parker Porter. Now, the reason for that is there's a lot of hype around Jailton Almeida. He is a killer. He's very, very good. He's very fast. He's very lean. He's got a very good frame. He's 6'4". He's got a decent reach. What's his reach? 79-inch reach. So Parker Porter, by comparison, is 6 foot 75-inch reach. But the key here is that actually Jailton Almeida, he fights at light heavyweight. His last 2 wins have been at light heavyweight. He got a TKO over Danilo Marquez, and he beat the Dagestani fellow, his name escapes me, in the Dana White Contender Series. But that was quite an interesting way that he won that, because I remember watching it, and one of the key things going into that fight, one of the kind of storylines they were pushing, was that the Dagestani guy was literally saying, well, I have that Khabib style, and actually Almeida went in there and just out wrestled him, just really fucked him up, got a submission in round 2, I think, something like that. But either way, it was a very impressive performance, and he's just, like I said, he's very, very fast. He's got very fast takedowns. He's very lean. He's tall for a light heavyweight. So even though he's going up to heavyweight, because that was the thing, yeah. Basically, the only caveat is that Jailton Almeida, he fights at light heavyweight. He's been able to do all those things to guys that were light heavyweights. He is going up to fight Parker Porter at heavyweight. Now, Parker Porter is a big lump. He really is. Like, he's built like a bowling ball. Like, people, like, I see loads of people in like the YouTube comments and that or on the weigh-ins saying, oh, that Parker Porter should be cutting to light heavyweight. I don't think he could, because yeah, okay, right, he's not tall, but look at his frame, man. Like, he's just one of those big dudes, and he's like, and his head's like a bowling ball. He's very difficult to put away. The last guy he fought, French fella, Burt, I think, was, yeah, kept on just trying to smack him, and like, he was hitting him with some big shots, but there was nothing that was really affecting Parker Porter. And I'm wondering if Almeida's power coming up from light heavyweight is going to be enough to overcome Parker Porter. However, the most likely way that Almeida is going to approach this fight would be to shoot him for those really fast takedowns that he is extremely good at doing, and then finding the submission. In fact, the submission is like even money. That's not what I'm going for in this one, actually. I mean, I would say, like I said, side note, if there is an underdog that's going to come in on this card, I think there is a chance that it's Parker Porter. I really do. Because look, going up to a new weight class, like, that's a lot of weight. Because whilst he's going to be the bigger guy, like, he's literally, like, just frame-wise, height-wise, reach-wise, he's going to be at a weight disadvantage. I'm wondering how that's going to affect him on the ground, because Parker Porter is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in his own right. So I don't think he's going to be a complete walkover on the mat. And I'm wondering, look, does Parker Porter get a takedown of his own? How is Almeida off his back? We've seen how good he is with his top game. Although he did land a lot of sweeps on the Dagestani fella in Dana White Contender Series. So yeah, he is pretty good off his back. But I don't think that Parker Porter will win. But if I was going to take an underdog, a heavy underdog on this card, it would be Parker Porter, simply because we haven't seen Almeida at heavyweight yet. There's a lot of unknowns there. So, you know, it's a shot in the dark, and you're getting very long odds. You're getting 5-1 on Parker Porter just to win, which is, you like those odds. But the bet I'm going for, because for me, like, the bookmakers, like, they've gone in very low on the submission. They've got even money. Almeida's last fight, he won by TKO, because once he gets him to the ground, it's almost pick your poison. You know, it's like so in that case, I'm gonna go with the TKO ground and pound, just purely because the odds are 4.33, and that's not bad. I think, you know, the most likely scenario is that he gets the submission, but equally, when he finds himself in those situations, he's got very good ground and pound. So we could easily see a TKO ground and pound. So that's what I'm going for. TKO ground and pound for Jailton Almeida.